To use Microsoft Access, first click on the Start button, click All Programs, click Microsoft Office, Microsoft Access 2007, double click on the blank database, go to the right, and you can change the file name, anything you want to call it, like New Database, and click Create. You are now in the table view, and you can add new fields or headers for your field by double clicking in this field area that's in yellow. Let's say I want to have a list of animals at a shelter. I want a resident's name. I want the location, since there's more than one kennel. I spelled it wrong. I want the date the animal arrived at the shelter. And I want to know if it's good with children. Once I'm done, I can click Tab. And now I can start entering information in each field. For resident's name, let's say one of them is called Lady Marmalade. Now notice, I'm going to tab out, and notice how you can't see all of Lady Marmalade and you can't see all of the residents' names. What I'm going to do is take my mouse and lay it right on the edge of that field, and notice how it turns into a cross. When it does that, I'm going to double click, and that will make the size of the field match exactly how many letters that are typed in. So double clicking will match it exactly, or I can just left click, hold, and drag, and I can make it as small or as big as I want. Notice where the line is there. That line shows me how big that field is going to be. I'm going to drag it out a little further here, and notice it's wider now. Location, let's say that this animal is in Unit 1. I'm going to tab over to Date Arrived. Let's put 5/20/2009. And whether or not it's good with children, I'm going to say yes. And I don't need a new field, so it jumps down. Let's put in another one. We'll say Toby, lives in Unit 2, arrived on 5/23/2009, and not good with children. And I'm just hitting the tab key to move up and down and across. Say we have an animal named Susie, who lives in the cattery, arrived on 5/12/2009. Good with children. We'll say don't know for this one. And we can keep entering information like so. And it looks a lot like an Excel spreadsheet, but you're going to see that it's a lot more powerful than an Excel spreadsheet. And we'll look at that at the next lesson. Now, one thing you want to do once you're finished entering data in the table, you want to save the structure of the table. As you're entering data, that data is automatically saved into the table, but we haven't actually saved the table itself. And just like most Microsoft Office programs, you'll see a little floppy disk here at the top left. You just click that, and it asks you what you want to name the table. The default is Table 1. We can call this Main Table. I'm going to type that in, and I'm going to click OK. And now the table is saved for us to reopen it later. And we'll see what happens if we close the table. If we go to this red X here at the top, that closes the entire database. Or this little X down here in the blue row, that will close the table. And over to the left on our navigation screen, we'll see the items that we've already created. The only thing we have created is our main table. Well, once we create more tables and forms and queries and reports, they will show up here as well. But we'll double click and we can open the table again. And when we're done, we can just close access.